There's an ancient proverb spoken by Aristotle: if you want views on YouTube, do boss fights. And as someone who puts anything they read online into practice, I'll be fighting Duke Fishron right away. Oh, the Martians seem to be invading? I guess I'll get right back to this. The Martian event is the hardest in the game, and thus has the best rewards. All the good stuff is dropped from this flying saucer, and see, the cool thing about this enemy is you spend 10 minutes taking down its health, then it regenerates it all and does this. You might think that dealing 487 damage in one frame with no chance to react is unfair, but it's actually a small mistake I made that I could have prevented this. Let's see if you can spot it. I'll slow it down if we just go back one more time, almost. Can you see it? Right there. Right here, if you just look at that one tick right about there. I should never have pressed that button. I've been fighting these Martians for ages. I hope this doesn't sound controversial, but I'm really starting to hate these foreigners. I then tried running away, and my tree got confused after it got shot. It started walking the wrong way. I feel like if you get shot in the head and forget left and right, it's a little more serious than confused. Okay, back to the boss fight you've been waiting for. Duke Fishron, one of the hardest but most fun bosses. Now the thing about Duke Fishron is that he's a shark. Oh god, that went quick. I think I need some better items before I can win this, but I'll show it all quickly, I promise. We can get back to what you care about soon. This is all reminding me of that time I went to jail, but that's a story for another time. You don't need to know what crime I committed. The Martians have been defeated! Are you absolutely sure? I haven't upgraded any of my accessories since the second episode or something, which means I'm pretty far behind and need to grind. And there are a lot of items involved in crafting some of these. The ingredients to craft these boots go off the screen. There are 2 slider bars, 2 sliding things on this wiki to show how to make this one stupid item. So I got all the items off screen. Also, did you know that Mod Loader is compatible now? I'm having trouble. How did they beat the shark in Jaws? With a gun. And what's better than a gun? A gun that shoots sharks. And what's better than a gun that shoots sharks? An invisible gun that shoots... Oh, it doesn't shoot sharks. And that didn't work either anyway. Once before, I've been this desperate. When I was 12 years old. Dear Santa... Dear Santa, I would like for more than anything, what every young lad wants on Christmas Day, the thing we all truly value, the one that matters most, to get out of my manslaughter charges. He didn't answer me back then, but I've tried again. Oh, I got a reply! Look up. What is... Ah! Santa did not think I deserved to live, so I turned on all the anti-Christmas songs and got to work. Eventually, I took the same approach as when I was a child. I burned down the tree, slaughtered the fake Santa, and stole all the mince pies. Luckily, the tree dropped a magic weapon that is the strongest in the game. I was going to try a whole new build thing in this episode, but Spectre Armor has healing, meaning it's impossible to play without in late game master mode, unless you're good at the game, and I only have 1500 hours, so I'm still a beginner. Now I'm finally ready for what Appleman wants. I've listened, and I know what you all crave is the juicy, high-octane, close encounter, dodge and weave mechanical showcase of skill that is boss fights. So here we go. Face me, great shark. Oh my god, I didn't know I could do that. Whoa, I'm on 1 health. Wait, is that the chemical structure of the cure to cancer? That is absolute proof of a grand deity. Right there. Whew, I did it. Wait, I think my recording messed up. I'll fix it in post. Now that I've beaten Taylor Lautner, I should have a few seconds before I need to go to another boss fight and everyone gets bored. So I'll tell you a story about one time where I wore orange for an entire month. See what happened? Oh god, everyone's leaving already. Okay, I'll fight another boss. The Lunatic Cultist. See, this is what I mean by Spectre Armor. You can just sit inside the boss's attacks and heal it all back. Well, it ran away. My spooky tree was so fast the game thought it teleported away. Which reminds me of one time I was driving away from the police and eventually they just weren't behind me, so I guess they despawned as well. Either way, I have to wait another day until the boss respawns so I can do the Empress of Light instead. See, a lot of the boss fights in this game you can only do at night, but the Empress of Light is different. If you fight her in the day, she's much easier to see. The sun shining really gives you a huge advantage. You know I'm right, because I have 1500 hours in this game, meaning I'm an expert. So I'm just going to treat this like the brawl I started in the slums back in 2014, throw a stick and run away. Let's just try that again. Okay, well this boss is optional and I'm late for my extreme ironing tournament. So I'll just go back and fight the cultist. You know, the word cultist reminds me of something that I was involved in when I was younger. Oh, I won! Now, 4 pillars spawn across the world. The vortex pillar is like bubble tanks. Y'all remember bubble tanks? Yeah, me too. That'll be 1 YouTube like for 1 nostalgia, thanks. For the next pillar, I need some better dodging. The Master Ninja Gear. And to get it, you need to kill Bone Lee, which is a pretty bad pun if you ask me. I've defeated the pillars, but before we defeat the final boss, there's something I have to do. Be stronger. And no, it isn't. We could spend some time in hell farming the same enemies. This boy has gone through too much. He deserves a new house. Beautiful. Now the final boss is going to be pretty hard for me. You have to remember, I've never played Terraria before. I just left my computer on while I was in jail, and that's how I got all those hours. So I got out my Cheever's Chip summoning kit and got ready to fight. Fight me, Lord of Cheese! I have 1500 hours in this game! I've killed thousands of worms and you're next! Wait, which slot is my Rod of Discord in? No! And there it is, I beat the Moon Lord in Master Mode. I'm good at video games. Now, I know what you're all thinking, what could I have done to end up in jail? No, I never got caught for any of the things I said in this video. I went to jail for not paying for WinRAR.
And so will you. Join the epitome of vile extraction or face the consequences.